CaixaBank Research, we study various metrics in order to determine the impact of geopolitical factors upon the economy and financial markets. The various indices we use show that geopolitical risk has increased during the first few years of the 21st century, following the comparatively peaceful decade of the 1990s. However, although geopolitics have exerted a significant influence on the variation of global growth over time, we can also observe that macrofinancial factors have gained importance following the 2008 crisis. The reason for this is that unconventional monetary policies enacted by the main central banks have contributed to a decrease of volatility, and favorable financial conditions have driven economic growth. The good news is that, for the time being, the shocks of geopolitical uncertainty have not been persistent enough to substantially affect the process of economic recovery. However, the upward trend of geopolitical risk could solidify if the rise of populist political parties continues, and sooner or later this could affect the economy. For example, a shock of geopolitical uncertainty of a similar magnitude to the one which took place following the unexpected election of Donald Trump could generate a reduction of global growth by up to 1 percentage point in the short term. Moreover, the negative impact on growth could be prolonged by up to 2 years. We also find that emerging economies are more affected than advanced ones. Lastly, at CaixaBank Research, we also analyze the impact of global political uncertainty on financial volatility. We have observed that the relationship between these two variables has become weaker in recent years. A possible reason is that the reliability of political information has decreased, while the dispersion of political messages has increased. On the other hand, macrofinancial variables have gained importance in relation to political factors, mainly due to unconventional monetary policies. In addition, we must also bear in mind that the rise of passive management funds has contributed to maintain financial volatility at relatively low levels, thus also helping to decouple it from geopolitical factors. Regarding the coming months, we expect geopolitical uncertainty to remain at relatively high levels. The main reason is the risk that populist forces could implement protectionist policies and cause a rise in global geopolitical tensions.